This video isn't about buying more tools or upgrading your craft room. It's about how I use a few simple tools in a way that supports speed, quality, and creativity at the same time. Hi, y'all. This is Jerry. So, I often get asked how I'm able to complete so many journals and paper projects without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. So the honest answer is I don't work fast because I'm rushed. I work fast because I've learned how to avoid mistakes that have to be fixed later. And fixing mistakes later is a time waster. This video isn't about buying more tools or upgrading your craft room. It's about how I use a few simple tools in a way that supports speed, quality, and creativity at the same time. So if you ever feel like your crafting is slow and it's frustrating, it's not a skill issue, but it could be a workflow issue. So let me show you what I mean. Most of the time, crafting feels slow because we're constantly stopping. We stop to fix crooked cuts. We stop to redo folds. We stop to look for tools and decide what comes next. Each pause feels small, but together they break your momentum. And once your flow is gone, everything feels harder than it needs to be. Rushing usually makes this worse because rushing creates mistakes, and mistakes always take longer to fix than doing it carefully the first time. So over time, I realized that speed in crafting really comes from three different things. The first is precision. Doing things cleanly the first time, pretty much doing things right the first time. The second is flow, not constantly interrupting yourself by switching tools or fixing errors. And then preparation, which is the most important, is making those decisions before you get started instead of in the middle of a project, so you're not having to second guess yourself. So speed isn't the goal. Speed is the result of these three things working together. My paper trimmer is a tool that does most of the heavy lifting in my workflow. Clean, consistent cuts saves an incredible amount of time later because I'm not correcting edges or trying to hide uneven layers. I cut multiple pieces at once whenever I can, and I rely on the guides instead of eyeballing measurements. This consistency means everything lines up more easily when I start assembling pages. Every clean cut is time I don't have to spend fixing something later, and that adds up very quickly in a journal with lots of layers. The bone folder is another simple tool that makes a big difference. Clean folds aren't just about looks, they affect how pages turn, how pockets sit, and how the journal holds up over time. When folds aren't crisp, pages don't behave the way you expect them to, and that leads to more adjustments later. A sharp tool on the first try keeps the structure of the journal working for you instead of against you. For smaller adjustments and detailed trimming, I use a finger blade. This isn't about precision cutting, it's about staying in the flow. When I don't have to stop and reach for another tool, my hands keep moving and my focus stays on the page. Adhesives are one of the biggest hidden time wasters in paper crafting. If you're constantly deciding which glue to use, opening lids, or switching products, it slows everything down. Before I start building, I decide which adhesive I'm using and I prep it so it's ready to go. Little decisions like this don't feel important, but glue decisions steal more time than cutting ever does. For me, working faster has never been about rushing. It's about using simple tools well, keeping my workflow intentional, and letting the process support the creativity instead of fighting it. If this helped you rethink how you approach your craft time, I'd love for you to like and subscribe. I share a lot more about journaling, tools, and creative workflows here. Thank you for watching.